You know, when we take our eyes off of Jesus and allow our minds and hearts to be filled with doubt and fear and anxiety, we can start to drown. So, when that happens, here's what we need to do. We need to cry out to Jesus, Lord, save me. That's what Peter did right after he stepped out of the boat and started to walk across the water to Jesus. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with giving a shout out to Jesus. What is it in us anyway that causes us to make the announcement, I can fix this, or I can get through this, I can control this? What causes us to be so bold and brash? Truth be told, we can't fix it. We are a mess ourselves, and the best thing we could ever do is to admit and to call out to the Lord, Lord, save me. Calling out for help is not a sign of weakness, but in my estimation, it's a sign of cranial capacity. It's a sign of intelligence. In fact, I think it's a sign of stupidity when we think we don't need God's help. The Bible says in Matthew 14, verse 31, says it this way, in the occasion when Peter cried out to the Lord, Lord, save me. And it says in Matthew 14:31, immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him. Woo! And said to him, oh, you of little faith, why did you ever doubt? Sometimes we want to critique Peter because he was so outspoken, or he was so opinionated, or so brash, or so spontaneous. He had hoof and mouth disease, always sticking his foot in his mouth. I mean, we want to critique him a lot sometimes. But Peter gets a lot of ink in the Bible. As a matter of fact, he probably made more statements, far more statements than any other disciples mentioned in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. So kudos to Peter, for he's the only one of the occupants of that boat that day that had the gumption to step out onto the choppy water and attempt walking on top of the water. So let's give him a little credit here. Like Peter, we can do amazing things when we're looking to Jesus. Seemingly impossible things. But when we take our eyes off of him, that's when we start to drown ourselves. Are you drowning right now? Do fear and anxiety and worry fill your thoughts? You need to holler out to the Lord. If you'll call out to him, he'll reach down and snag you up out of the water and rescue you. But you have to ask for his help, and you have to call on his name.